Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. All right, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come to the house. And Ron Harper Jr., man, his story and him just being a guy that actually contributes in games for us, coming from a two-way contract, being up in Maine for a lot of the season, man, he can be a real 3-and-D plus contributor on this team, man. And his wingspan plays a huge part of it, and he's an older guy. He doesn't have much experience in the NBA, but he does not play like a man. He plays like a seasoned vet, and I believe he is going to be a guy that is going to be a part of this thing next year. But in this game, 27.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and Joe Mazzulla talked about in his first ever career start that he knew Ron Harper Jr. was ready by the way he crashed the boards. Here gets his first bucket off the offensive rebound over Jalen Suggs, using those long arms and that athleticism to get that to go. Then we go on defense. Wendell Carter Jr. finds himself in a bind against 3 Celtics. Ron Harper Jr. comes away with the ball, and something that he's done a great job at is going coast to coast. Again, using that length and his touch off the glass right there. And there were a lot of instances in this game where he went back to Maine G League. Ron Harper Jr., one of the top scorers in the G League this year, all G League third team, shot about 9 3-point attempts per game at like 38%. So Ron Harper Jr. really does this. And here we got Amari Williams going to set the wide action for him right here so he can come out this way. And then they're going to flow right into another screen right there. Amari's going to set, well, not really set, but he does a nice job of forcing this switch right here. And Goga does not switch up and into space. There's too much space for Ron Harper Jr. He tweens and knocks it down. All right, so this was just a phenomenal slide play by the Celtics. Slide is just an acronym for sidelines out of bounds. Delano Banton is taking the ball out on the sideline, and this play is stagger twirl. So if you've been around my channel, you've heard me talk about stagger screens. You heard me talk about stagger twirl a lot. But this is where it usually happens. It usually happens when somebody's in the corner or near the corner, and the stagger screens are 2 of the same off-ball screens set with just a little bit of space in between them. So this is where it usually happens. This guy will aim to come off both screens, but the stagger twirl is when the first guy will twirl the first screen, then he becomes the first screener, then this guy goes out, and it's exactly what happens here. So the Celtics just use the personnel, and whatever they see fit or how the defense plays it is what they would do. So first we got this back screen by Luka Garza right here. This is also important because this is what gets the initial advantage, right? So you see that Goga Bitadze is playing off him, right? Once he sets this screen, the Magic are a team that doesn't mind switching a lot of their action. So when Goga Bitadze sees that Baylor Shaman is coming to him, he tells Jamal Cain to switch, but Jamal Cain ends up going with Baylor Shaman, and you see how far Goga is from Luka Garza. Now, as he sets that screen, we have a 3-on-1 right here, and this is where the stagger tour happens. So of course, again, the stagger screens, 2 of the same off-ball screens set with just a little bit of space in between them. You see Ron Harper Jr. is that first screen, but again, we played to the personnel. Ron Harper Jr. is a better scorer than Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh is the better screener. So when Ron sets this first one, Jordan Walsh is going to twirl right here. Then he's going to become the screener, and Ron's going to come off, and he's going to get a wide open lane to get to the basket, and he get fouled. And I talked about his wingspan and his rebound and his ability to go coast to coast. Here just snatches this board from Jalen Suggs, who's a good energetic player, but that wingspan puts him in a position where most guards just won't be. And then his ability to go coast to coast, but to find Delano Banton right here. He steps out of bounds, but this does not take away from the pass from Ron Harper Jr. He had a great playmaking game as well, scoring. All right, here we have some more of that playmaking from Ron Harper Jr. We talked about this zoom action in the last video with Baylor Shaman. If you haven't seen that, please go watch that after this one. But yeah, the Celtics used a lot of zoom actions, a lot of flare actions in last game. But the zoom action is when somebody sets an off-ball screen for somebody to go get a dribble handoff. This is gut zoom. Anytime you hear the word gut in basketball, is when somebody's cutting from under the basket. So they're going to be right here in the charge circle or somewhere near the paint or under the basket to go get a dribble handoff or a handoff at the top of the key. And that's exactly what happens on this zoom action. So again, the off-ball screen for somebody to go get a dribble handoff. Ron Harper Jr. is going to cut all the way to the top to Luka Garza. So we got Paolo Banchero. He's chasing, and then that causes Goga Bitadze to have to be up to the level and attend to Ron Harper Jr. because Paolo is behind. That means that Luka Garza can get behind the defense in this fake ball high fake and then low pass right there. Perfect fundamentals by Ron Harper Jr. And here he just does a nice job of taking what the defense is giving him, walks into a top of the key 3. And again, his ability to go coast to coast. And there's a game against Charlotte where Ron Harper Jr. grabbed the defensive rebound and he was looking to pass the ball, and Joe yelled at him to go coast to coast, and then he ended up scoring. And I think that did a lot for Ron Harper Jr.'s confidence.
There are some players, no matter what, they're going to be good. But filling a role and playing in that role.
Just to know, even as a two-way guy, which he was back then in that game, that Joe Mazzulla trusts him like you're out there for a reason. And here he's just able, bro. Look at his arms, dog. He's able to grab the ball from Paulo, but look at his arm, bro. He looks like he's the Flash or some shit, but like a sloth. Like I don't know. But again, his ability to go coast to coast right here. He's going up the court. He legally creates that space right there, keeps the forearm compact, and still gets a finish. And he really showed all the stuff, like scoring, rebounding, three-point shooting, passing, defending, everything. The in and out cross right there on Franz, and again, those long arms helping him finish. And again, as a playmaker, man, this man really impressed me, and I think he is capable of making some high-level reads. So I talk about those flare actions right here. Luka Garza is going to set that flare on Franz Wagner. Billy Sham's going to pass it to the open space to where Ron Harper Jr. needs to be. The flare opens up this switch pocket right here. So you see how open this is, and you see that Luka Garza is going to be able to roll open until somebody tags him. So because he's rolling open, that means that Wendell Carter Jr. has to come off the corner, right? Then eventually that means Jalen Suggs will be in a cover two situations. This is one of the rare defenders that, as a coach, you probably don't worry about this guy in a cover two situation, but he's going to try to play free safety. But at some point, he's going to drop down to be in the middle of these guys, right? So you can see Ron Harper Jr.'s progression as a pass here, right? So he's going to look at Luka Garza first. He's going to pump fake that, right? Then he's going to go to the next progression, which is Jordan Walsh. He's going to see Jalen Suggs is baiting the pass right there. You see how he's going down. So he pump fakes that. Then he gets it to Baylor Shaman. Because Jalen Suggs was in the cover two situation, now he has to do a reckless closeout with as much space as they have between each other right here. So Baylor Shaman's going to pump fake, fly by, and he hits a three. All right, so here's a pick and roll handler with Luka Garza. He's going to get low. You see how he gets low right there when he turns that corner. Then he gets back upright. He's going to do a Pinoy step right here to evade the help from Paulo and a behind the back pass to Jordan Walsh. He knocks it down. All right, so we talk about those flare screens. We got another one here, an early offense flare by Luka Garza as the defense is retreating. Good pass by Billy Shaman, and it allows Ron Harper Jr. to catch the ball and run to dunk it. And man, this is pure G League Ron right here. Having the confidence, 20 seconds on the shot clock. The third quarter has been a phenomenal one offensively for the Celtics. Shaman's hit some crazy shots. Everybody's hot. The hard tween right there, and then the step back shooting over the small defender. He gets it to go. All right, here we have a phenomenal job done by Ron Harper Jr. on the defense side of the ball. So we got Franz Wagner coming off this handoff. You see how far Baylor Shaman is because, I guess, of this screen right here. So Franz Wagner is coming off this handoff. Ron Harper Jr. is going to next. He's the next guy over in this. So he's going to step right there to stop Franz from driving. But look at the wingspan, right? He's going to make Franz do a wrap around pass because of how long his arms are. So the pass doesn't get taken. That allows guys to get back to Anthony Black, which was his man, and he's just going to show the instincts again, jump to the pass right there, and eventually get the steal. All right, so here we got the screen by Billy Shaman, but Ron Harper Jr. is going to split both defenders with a low gather. Great time cut out the corner by John Tonje, seeing that guy picked up his dribble, but a great find by Ron Harper Jr. and a good finish by John. And I'm telling you, man, the playmaking is real. It's obviously not going to look like this because, like, he's the ball handler in this situation when he's playing with the real team, but we've also seen what that looks like. Like, there's no reason for us to imagine him like being a guy that's impactful next year. He was impactful this year with the real team. So of course, it's not gonna look like this where he's driving and getting three people to commit to him and then doing another. Like, bro, this is insane, bro. This is insane. Goes up like he's about to shoot. Two people jump. The wrap around the defenders, drop off to Amari, bro. Like, that is incredible. But that is a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.